Chapter 1, Introduction.
Hi, I'm Alex Lopez, Director of Sales and Marketing for Senior Management Advisors, where our communities look like home but feel like family. The instructional video that you're about to watch outlines the standards of appearance for our company. Our standards are very high. We not only want to have the absolute best in customer service and quality care, but we want our communities to look fantastic every day. We call it grand opening ready. This instructional clip is going to walk you through some of these standards. Now, there's more detail, so for additional detail on your specific community, please make sure to spend some time with your executive director. But for now, please enjoy the following video, which outlines our standards of appearance.
Chapter 2, First Impression and Front Entrance. The old adage is, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. This is certainly true when it comes to our communities. Future residents in particular may never decide to enter our community if the exterior is not presentable and appealing. We call this curb appeal, and it's important that all of our communities have the best curb appeal possible. Your sign is your expression of who you are and what you do, so it's important that it is very visible to passerbys. Not only is it important the signage be clean and well lit, but also attractively landscaped. Many of our communities have a feature item in the front of the building. As a feature item, it should be well displayed and accessible to the public. In this training video, you will notice a fountain, which is flanked by 2 benches. This offers an inviting and warm feel to anybody driving by. Be sure to take great pride in your display of the American flag, making sure the flag is always in excellent condition. Familiarize yourself with the laws on properly displaying the flag, such as when to fly full or half mast, and the lighting regulations. The front door entrance is of particular importance. Many of our communities have glass doors, which should be impeccably clean. Ensure that front entrance walkways are clean and free of debris. Lighting is always properly working, and all of the decorative plants are healthy and vibrant. Included in your first impression is your reception area. Although a working area in your community, it should still appear well organized and free of clutter. Notice at this reception area, there are no delivery boxes or any other items to distract from the reception area. Most communities have a visitor sign-in law. While actively used, this area should also be kept neat, organized, and free of clutter. In addition, you'll notice in this scene, our milestone Welcome Home poster is there to greet our incoming guest. All communities should have a Welcome Home poster in the reception area. Seating areas around the entryway make the guests feel at home, whether they are waiting for a family member or as a potential future resident of our community. Special attention to keeping these seating areas immaculately clean is very important. Chapter 3, Cafe and Coffee Station. Our cafe and coffee stations are signature showcase areas within our communities. They are an area to make guests feel welcome, offer refreshments, and feature our food service programs. The cafe offers a guest an opportunity to sample some tasty items from a typical menu. While these can be as simple as pastries, they can be as creative as a signature dessert or item that the community has created. The cafe should have coffee and other refreshments available, including spa water. As we are displaying fine dining, it is preferable to have china as opposed to paper goods. Be sure it is always stocked with sugar, stirs, and other condiments. You may have noticed that this cafe has decorative holiday balloons. The cafe should be an area in which you display the various holidays and/or seasons of the year, and should be changed regularly to coincide with those special occasions. Some of the cafes have seating areas for our guests to sit and also for our residents to mingle. This should be a warm, social area. Coffee stations should be set up from 7:30 a.m. through 6 in the evening and replenished throughout the day. Chapter 4, Discovery and Marketing Room. The Discovery Room is an area in which future residents and their families express their needs and desires for assisted living. This is an emotional moment. Therefore, while there are also areas in which we conduct business, they must be very warm and comforting. Refreshments should also be available in the Discovery Room. While brochures and other needed tools should be available, notice that they are neat and do not distract from the warmness of the room. Clutter should always be eliminated. The artwork on the walls must be approved by the SMA design and renovation teams. Chapter 5, Restrooms. The cleanliness of your restroom often creates a perception of the cleanliness of your entire community. Therefore, all common area bathrooms should be on a regular and routine cleaning schedule, and should be inspected periodically in the day. Though this is a major responsibility of the housekeeping team, all employees should report whenever a bathroom is unkept to management as soon as possible. This also includes the cleaning of our water fountain area as well. Chapter 6. Outdoor Living Spaces. Outdoor living spaces are an important yet sometimes overlooked part of any tour. In our homes, we place a lot of time and attention to detail in making our backyards a place for family gatherings and leisure activities. It should be no different in our assisted living communities. Lush, vibrant landscaping that includes fresh mulch is the foundation of an attractive outdoor living area. Walkways should be clean and clear of weeds. We should also provide excellent lighting so that our residents and their families can enjoy these outdoor areas in the evening as well as for safety. Be sure that outdoor fixtures are always working and check the bulbs regularly. In many of our outdoor patio areas, wooden benches provide our residents comfortable seating areas. With the weather and sun, these benches can fade and splinter and even become a safety hazard. It's important that benches be regularly stained and/or painted to keep them looking like new. Some outdoor areas also serve as smoking areas. Whenever possible, ashtrays should be kept away from entrances to the building so to avoid the smell of cigarettes from encroaching on the interior. Check ashtrays regularly and keep them emptied and clean to limit smoking odors. In this courtyard, they are using special ashtrays called smoker poles, designed not only for additional safety but also to limit smoking odors. Many of our outdoor living areas at our communities have a feature item, like a water fountain or gazebo designed to be the focal point of the space. In this particular courtyard, we have a fountain. Fountains take a lot of attention as they should be running all day. Water should be kept clear and free of algae, and the fountain itself must be kept immaculately clean. It is not unusual for pumps under such usage to go out, so check them daily to ensure they are working. A creative addition to this outdoor area is a pet waste disposal area. This helps keep our courtyards looking good. Needless to say, the pet waste disposal area needs to be checked and cleaned regularly in order to prevent odors. Many of our residents were active gardeners in their homes, which is why we provide planting and potting stations in our outdoor areas. Not only are these great places for activities through our garden clubs, these potting stations provide our residents an opportunity to be independent. Residents will show their families the plants they have nourished and cared for, and therefore it is our responsibility to ensure the potting center is clean, safe, and organized. It should be a real source of pride for us and our residents. Cookouts and barbecues are a way of life for us, and a great opportunity to enjoy leisure time with friends and family. We provide the same opportunity for our residents and their families through our outdoor kitchen areas. Remember, the grill should be cleaned after every use, and grill tools should be accessible but safely stored. Notice here how clean this outdoor kitchen area is. It is also important to ensure that gas tanks are always full so that resident families can enjoy an impromptu cookout on the weekend should they so choose. As with all furniture and seating areas, outdoor furniture should be kept in excellent condition and set in an organized fashion. Cushions may need to be replaced from time to time. Notice here how the groupings of furniture are kept together by decor style as they were initially designed. Periodically during the day, we should be regrouping our furniture after peak usage by our residents. In addition, outdoor fan blades should always be kept clean, and the floor, though outdoors, is swept daily and washed on an as-needed basis, so that it always looks clean and free of dirt. When you adhere to the standards of appearance for outdoor living space, you create a great extension of your indoor space and an incredible amenity for our residents to enjoy and for us to feature during a tour. Chapter 7. Pool Area. Some of our communities have pool areas. These areas have very special restrictions in order to ensure resident safety. Appropriate signage should always be kept in place. It's important that the pool water is always clear and ready for our residents' use. The same expectation of our outdoor area in terms of standards should be applied to our pool area. Chapter 8. Common Areas. Common areas are the areas in which the residents interact with each other and conduct activities. While these areas get great use, they should always be kept tidy, clean, and organized, and should be on a regular daily cleaning schedule. Seating areas have designated positions and should always be returned and kept in those positions when not in use for a specific activity. Items on the bookshelves also have specific designations that are specified by the SMA design team. They should also be returned to their placement after use. Always ensure that programs played on television are appropriate and desired by our residents. Country stores provide our residents an opportunity to purchase sundries. It must be kept well stocked, and despite its active use, it should have a showroom appearance. In addition, any signage displaying hours of usage should be approved by the SMA design team. Just like our country store, the beauty parlor is another highly used active area. It should follow the same rules of being kept in showroom condition after usage. Notice here how displays are kept in position and seamlessly blend within the surroundings. Chapter 9. Recreational Areas. Game rooms. Recreational areas and other miscellaneous activity centers should always be returned to their showroom placement when not in use. Notice how the billiard balls and cue sticks are in position in a certain way when not in use. Common areas should be cleaned on a daily basis and in some communities more frequent. Our cyber cafes and computer centers are not only used by our residents, but for family members and guests while visiting. Computers should always be kept on and working for them to use. Some computers areas are small and others are larger, which are decorated to represent the cyber cafe concept. As with all common areas, they should be cleaned and attended to on a regular basis. Chapter 10. Activities. The activities calendar should always be decorated for special occasions and seasons. Always avoid handwritten notes on the calendar. The calendar is another opportunity for our activities director to display their creativity and show their decorative flair. Though activity areas are recreational areas in which games and other social activities take place, they should maintain a clean and sophisticated atmosphere. As an example, resident artwork which can be displayed in the activities room should be placed in picture frames, as approved by the SMA design team, as opposed to taping them on the wall. When not in active use, activity areas must be returned to the SMA design standards of appearance. Furniture should be reset after every activity or as needed to maintain the standard. Activity rooms are often decorated as a theme, and wall art should be approved before being displayed. Popcorn machines, which are common in our activities room, should be cleaned after every use. Chapter 11. Wellness. Resident aid stations and medical rooms are areas in which residents sometimes visit more than 3 times a day. While our communities provide care, we do so in a residential home-like setting. Therefore, the medication areas should look like they are appropriate to be in someone's living room. They should have a home-like, not medical feel. With all the activity, it's easier for them to become disorganized and look unkept. You'll notice that this medication center and resident care area is exceptionally well organized, and the desk area is free of clutter, including any resident medical records. This should be the standard of all our medication areas. Physical therapy rooms are areas that are typically leased by third-party providers. Though this may be true, it is our responsibility to ensure the standard of appearance is kept by these third-party providers. Equipment should be cleaned after each use and returned to their necessary stationary location. The visiting physician room is decorated as if it were a doctor's office. Expectations are that the decor is set up by the SMA design team and maintained at all times. Chapter 12. Dining room. The dining room is not only an area that we have fine dining, but is a social occasion for our residents 3 times a day. It should have the appearance of entering a fine dining restaurant establishment. Notice how there is a great attention to detail in how the tables are organized and set. Menus should be displayed in an approved SMA calendar holder. The private dining room is a room our residents use to celebrate special occasions. It should have the appearance and feel of a formal dining room in someone's home. Again, great attention to detail is placed on the way the table is set. This includes fine china, approved table linens, and embellishments. Also, if you have a china cabinet or buffet table, these should also be set with the appropriate items. Chapter 12. Memory Care. Although residents in our memory care neighborhoods are not as aware of their surroundings as other residents, the same attention to detail and standards should be met. Memory care neighborhoods have life stations which are designed to remind residents of moments of their past as part of activities and memory stimulation. These areas must always be kept in good working condition so our residents can take advantage of them. Outdoor areas in our memory care neighborhood should meet the same standards of excellence as our other outdoor areas as displayed in Chapter 6. Chapter 14. The Model Room. Model rooms are the culmination of marketing tours. They should be in breathtaking condition and a representation to a prospect as what their apartment could look like. The SMA design team pays great attention to detail in setting up and decorating a model room. The model room should not be altered without any executive approval. Model rooms should be inspected every morning to ensure all items such as lights and AC are on and kept on throughout the day. The model room should be the first room cleaned. Model rooms should never be removed or dismantled without the approval of the Director of Sales and Marketing. Chapter 15. Back of the house. While not visible to the public, the back of the house areas such as your employee lounge should set the standards throughout the community. It should be a source of pride and kept equally clean and organized. Notice how postings around this time clock are placed in an organized fashion. The kitchen, in particular, should be kept in an immaculate condition. We should be comfortable enough to invite families to see the kitchen as we are to invite them in model rooms. Chapter 16. Employee Interaction and Uniforms. Every employee must follow the 5-10 rule. Within 10 feet, we should acknowledge and smile to every resident and family member. Within 5 feet, we must stop and say hello. This is a very important SMA policy. All employees of the community should be in approved uniforms at all times. For the dining room staff, this includes chef in chef's jackets and hats, and servers in their approved uniforms with name tags. Resident care staff has a designed and approved uniform that they should be wearing at all times, in addition to their properly displayed name tags. Different departments are typically designated in a community by different color and type of uniforms. Maintenance, while tasked with various jobs, should always look presentable and never wear jeans. Chapter 17. Closing Statement.
Welcome back. I hope you got a lot out of the video outlining our standards of appearance. As you can see, our standards as a company are very high. That's why we have you, the very best associate possible, working for us. We're relying on you to not only understand the expectations and the standards, but to make sure that you react independently when something doesn't quite meet them. You're the folks that make the difference every day. We're grateful for what you do, and we appreciate all your hard work. So help us be the most successful we can so that we can all share in the success by making sure we always meet our standards of appearance.